believe in my heart of hearts that Bryce Young should be in Indianapolis with the Colts, and they would probably be 5-3 instead of 3-5 at this point because he's the right type of quarterback for their situation. Because I really feel bad for the Colts because the Colts actually have the best roster in the South. They do. They have Michael Pittman, awesome. Joshua Downs, awesome. Zach Moss, awesome. Jonathan Taylor, awesome. Offensive line, Deese is really good. Zaire Franklin, lead tackler in the NFL. Do I need to go on about this Colts team? This Colts team is the most under the radar team in the NFL. Why? Because they have a bad quarterback situation. Gardner Minshew, I know Jeff loves him. I like the guy too. But let's face it, he's a backup. Straight up, he's a backup. That's what he is. It's what he's good at doing, is being a backup quarterback. And we know that he's going to have a good shot against the Panthers. But once again, when teams get their first win of the season, now they got confidence, Jeff. Big confidence. And they got the win at home too. And Bryce Young looked absolutely like he belonged. You know what I mean? But he's looked like he belonged all season. It's just that he got a bad group that he plays with. But him and Adam Thielen have now caught their rapport. Hayden Hurst as well, too. Terrence Marshall has played some pretty good football. And then you're possibly going to get some things from Mingo as well, too. So, now you look at this and you tell yourself, okay, it's a new month. It's a new time. Let's see what we can do. And I like the Panthers going into this game, and I'm going to take the Panthers with the plus 125. Jeff, what are your thoughts on this one, and who do you have winning or covering this game?
I looked at this. I liked the Panthers last week, and I like everything you said about the Colts because it's true. And don't forget, Anthony Richardson will be back next year. And quick note, Coach Vrabel has come out and says expect Will Levis to start on Thursday at Pittsburgh. But I'm looking at this game. It's the Jekyll and Hyde Colts, which Gardner Minshew shows up. I'm following your lead. What we do here, we got the Panthers. We bought the hook. We took them up to 3. My true number is 2.5 with a 45.5. Expecting a lot of points here. I think, we got that classic 23-20, maybe 24-20. I'm going to go 24-23 Panthers. How's that, Pops? I think they not only cover, I think they get their second win, Pops.
Yeah, I'm feeling that too, man. I think that they get their second win. It's going to be once again, this is going to be an over bet to the Colts, and Colts are not an over bet. Colts are better when it's a 50-50 situation, 55-45, something like that. But when you put them in a situation where everybody gonna go 80, 20, 70, 30 on them, nope. I'm okay. I'm straight. I'm fine. All right, Giants, Raiders. This is gonna be the Giants' first trip to Vegas. As a football team, I know it won't be their first trip to Vegas, most of them. But you got the Giants 2-6, you got the Raiders 3-4. You know that Waller is happy because now he can just hang out at his house all week with Kelsey Plum because he's probably not going to play. You know what I mean? And we know who wears the pants in that house now. Joint. You know what I mean? But it's all good. It's all good. But Waller, Waller is it don't matter anyway. Waller's an overpaid player as is. He's another he reminds me a lot of Hope Solo's old man, Jeremy Stevens. Remember him? Jeremy Stevens played for the Seattle Seahawks. He dropped the pass in the Super Bowl, and he was talking the most trash in the world about he was going to do this, do that. Jeremy Stevenson was actually a Pro Bowler that year as well, too, and one of the top 5 tight ends. He never was the same after that. They literally cut him right after that. He played for the Arizona Cardinals for a little bit, and then him and Hope Solo had some toxic marriage or something like that for a while. But I'm just throwing that one out there because, it's just cautionary tales. Hopefully nothing crazy happens with those two. But Giants, 2-6, Raiders 3-4. Can we both agree that Saquon Barkley is going to go absolutely crazy against them, though? At least. I know Barkley's going to have a huge game. I know that's going to happen. But this is one thing I do want to say about the Raiders before we – you know what? I might save it for my show because I want to make sure that we get out of here on time today. But the Raider fans, you guys got to stop being so simmer your expectations. What did you expect this year? Like, did you expect to win a Super Bowl? Like, that's my biggest question. Like, did you expect to win the West this year? Like, what are you expecting? Like, I know I don't like McDaniels that much either, but what are you expecting? Like every week you're coming out crying and complaining on Twitter about, I hate this team. I don't like this team. You guys keep saying fire the coach. I keep saying fire the owner because he's going to keep making bad decisions. So you guys got to somewhat just shut up. Nobody cares. We never were high on the Raiders being a good team this year. At the end of the day, nobody was high on the Raiders being a good team because Jeff been telling y'all for 2 years, McDaniels is going to take you to the crapper. That's all he's going to do. He's going to take you to the landfill. He ain't taking you to no Super Bowl or no playoff. He taking you to the top 15 of the draft. That's the only place that man can take you to. Okay? And then you guys were the ones who were like, no, it's a good move. So now you got to deal with it. You told the owner it was a good move, and he was being smart. So he's going to take your first assumption that he did a good job. You know what I mean, Jeff? So you got to deal with it, Raider fans. Shut up. Nobody cares. We didn't give you guys any expectations this year. Cut it out. Seriously. Before we really make you start playing in the parking lot. It's bad. You know what I mean? But all in all, I go on that long rant, Jeff, because I don't really have much to say about this game. The Giants kind of gave up already. They got rid of one of their better defensive players. The Raiders are still trying somewhat, and that's what I say. Back up a little bit because you guys want to fire the coach, and you're 3-5. You're 3-5. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude, calm down. You know what I mean? There's other teams out here 1-6, and they ain't even thinking about firing their coach. And the Raiders had a winning record and had 1-2 in a row. They wanted to fire the coach. Dude, shut up. You're not going anywhere, so who cares? Saying, yeah, Devontae Adams ain't moving on from nothing, Jeff, because why? That brother got a Taco Bell in the house. Why would you want to leave a Taco Bell in the house? You know what I mean? Like, man, you ain't moving to no penthouse in Atlanta somewhere, and you don't have your Taco Bell there. But all in all, Jeff, I'm going to stop goofing off with this one, and I'm going to go ahead and take the Raiders with the -2.5. Because the Giants are awful, okay? They're not trying, bro, and they don't have a quarterback. So, yeah, we're moving on. League Raiders, 2.5, no problem. Danny DeVito's nephew's playing or something at quarterback for the Giants. I'm cool. I'm good. Jeff, your thoughts? Who do you have winning the game?
Well, you know something? You need to fly me out to Vegas. You need me to sit down with upper management. I could have saved you 2 years of headaches. When you complain about your team, let's just take a look at the structure. First of all, Josh Jacobs, coming off of leading the NFL in rushing, wanted a new contract, sitting outside Allegiant Stadium or wherever they practice, just waiting for a contract. You sign a high-priced diva named Devontae Adams, who was unhappy over the past summer, but you don't move him. You bring in Jimmy G, who is as fragile as the skeleton in the closet or at the front door for Halloween. You got rid of Waller. Thank God. It was someone else's problem. Now the Giants. So my point is, you didn't build this team correctly. You could watch Max Crosby last night, man. That guy is a beast, an absolute beast. Never takes a play up. My point here is, expect Daniel Jones to play. Expect a little Darren Waller. I'm going to just get my paycheck, because that's what these divas do. They find ways now in the system to collect paychecks. It should be like the NBA should be. It should, and that's a whole nother story and show. It should play for pay, and that's what these guys don't do, unfortunately. I like the G-men. I like them not only plus the points. I bought the hook to 3.5. I think Daniel Jones comes back. I'm going to say Jalen Hyatt scores. Barkley runs wild. And expect a pick 6 from this Giants defense, who the last 2 weeks has looked pretty damn good. So give me the G-men plus 3.5 and sprinkle a little pizza and bear money, because I think they win outright, pups.
And you know what? I was so disappointed because I really wanted the Giants to win that game. That was a good old slobber knocker. You figured out a way to get a touchdown late, and defense just hold them, and they didn't. That's what I was like, dude. as a guy, as that just reminds me of when I was young playing in football games, and the other side just cannot hold after we didn't had such a great game. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you know what I mean? Like, I need you guys to give me some points. And you guys haven't got me no points all day. You know I'm tired by the time we get to the fourth quarter. So I'm gonna make some mistakes. And then we lose the game. It's just damn. But you know what? Let's
And
talk
two
about
things that and Gano, that second missed field goal, number one, and number two, that second pass that Wilson connects to, the ref's got to spot that ball. If the ref spot that ball, they don't even get the kickoff. So the Giants, in my mind, won that game. It's a shame. I think they take it out on Jimmy G and company this week, but we'll see.
Hey, you know what? Hey, and every time it seems like that every time a New York team makes their debut in Vegas somewhere, they always do well. But I just can't trust it, Jeff. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the Raiders.